Hello mates, and welcome to my PC gaming show at E3 2015 blog. Well, no, I was not at E3. But this is a blog. I know it's a little late, so sorry. I've been busy with some work and class and whatnot, and doing other projects. But yeah, this is just a blog. I do want to point something out first. Some footage shown in the video I missed talking about, and I don't really remember a lot about them. So I watched some of the conference a second time, just bits and bits of it. But I didn't want to watch like the whole thing because it would just take too long. So some footage shown I missed talking about, and some footage may not even be shown or discussed. So just letting you know, there could be stuff I talk about in no video. There could be stuff that there could be a video at the end of the video. That's how I'm going to do it. And I don't talk about it, or I don't talk about it in no video, and you know what I mean. You get it. So but yeah, I'm basically gonna, whatever I do talk about and I don't have a video for, I'll probably just put like text instead of footage if I don't have anything to work with. I could go on the internet again, but like I said, it's going to take a little longer, and I want to get this up as soon as possible. So, because it's already delayed, so I don't want to delay it anymore. I also want to get my other Tomb Raider videos up, so those are going to be first. I'm just doing commentary today. I'll render this later tonight, probably, and upload it either Sunday or Monday, which is coming up. Tomorrow's Sunday, actually. Anyway, I'm going to first start about like how the presentation went. There was an opening, some opera music with a bunch of all these combinations of games. Why is it so hard to say? The introduction was nice. There were a lot of guests, a lot of content with games. Yes, there was a lot of stuff going on. They were all friendly, and the ending was pretty good. So yeah, the first game they showed was Killing Floor 2. The game will be releasing for PlayStation 4, GNU, which I'll get to that in a minute, Linux, and PC. Assuming you know what Linux is, and shame on you if you don't know what the PS4 or PC is. Because what are you? Well, I guess you could be using a phone to watch this. But anyway, GNU, I looked up. According to Wikipedia, I did not get the the acronym. I couldn't find anywhere on there, online, whatever, what it actually stood for. But GNU, I know, is just kind of like Linux, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've read online, GNU is a free operating system. And so is Linux. Linux is like a lower version of the Mac. The Mac is basically a higher version of Linux, but they're both free. Anyway, back to the game. The trailer looked nice and fun. It's a FPS action game, and then yeah, there's also a zombie apocalypse. It looks like it comes with new maps. There's also new weapons. There are also new weapons, I should say. It sounds like a Tripwire. It sounds like Tripwire Interactive put more effort to this one since the first one was poorly revealed. So it's just basically like no, it is a sequel. Okay, yeah, I got to read off this script I made. It's just about 6 pages long. Rising Storm 2 will be releasing for the PC. An interesting trailer plays, and just like a shooter. It's a military type of game. Some of these I'll be rolling through pretty quickly, by the way, and some of them I'll spend more time on. Star Citizen was announced. The game will be coming out to PC, GNU, and Linux, so all the computers, except for, I didn't say Mac, but yeah, I guess GNU's new. Anyway, Chris Roberts was on a video showing some behind-the-scenes footage for this game. I believe he was like the producer or director. I think he was the director. He could not make it to E3 this year, or at least not the showcase, press conference, whatever. So they just actually, there was just like a video on the screen in the theater room they had. moving on to graphics cards. So we had Richard Huddy. Well, I didn't have, but there was Richard Huddy came out as a guest. He works for AMD, which is a graphics card company. I actually am not sure what that stands for. I didn't even think about looking it up, but I'm not really going to right now. The AMD was released a new graphics card for PC gamers. The Radeon R9 330 was recently released. That was the kind they made. It has cool features for gamers. It's very smooth. You can buy this at Amazon. Hold on, I'll figure out how to put this in the description. I'll add it later. The R9 330 is $299, so about $300 US, and it's available now. There was a box that they gave him, so yeah, what is in the box? Well, anyway, he showed off different kinds of graphics cards. It went so fast that I missed the names, so yeah, I just named a few. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. You got the footage from PC Gamer's channel on Twitch. PS4. The game will be released for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's a sequel to Human Revolution. Many aspects have changed. The people are dangerous now, like they're on drugs and stuff. People are living in different life cycles in a negative way. This likely causes more crime. Yeah, no shit. The graphics are much better, or higher. The game is also developed for next-generation consoles and newer PCs. Sticking to topic, PCs are really powerful and will continue to strengthen over the next several decades. 2016. Wasn't really the topic, but whatever. Total Warhammer, releasing for PC and likely other platforms. That's all the info I got on that game. Next, we have Phil Spencer of Microsoft, the head of Microsoft Studios and Xbox. He came to this conference. So basically, I'm gonna give you like a recap of what he said. He basically enjoys the fact that a PC press conference was formed at E3. Windows is essential to Microsoft continuing with computers, which I would have to actually agree with him. Yeah, because that's all that Microsoft has, at least right now, unless they come up with something else. When Windows 10 is coming out this year, some games will be cross-platform supportive with Windows 10 and Xbox One. A game called Killer Instinct will be coming to the PC. It is a fighting genre of games. What? Excuse me. A fighting genre of games have done well before. Oh, okay. So yeah, basically, if a game comes to the PC, you gotta have Windows 10 though. So games on Windows 10 and it's on Xbox One, you can play it on both. You can you should be able to transfer saves too. And there's another announcement they made, which many of you probably already know a lot of this, but anyway, why are you watching this if you don't care? Let's move on. Fable Legends will be coming to the PC and Xbox One. The production team is Lionhead Studios. Now we go back to Microsoft Studios. Alright. Oh, this is still Fable Legends. This game is a third-person action shooter fighting style of game. The game reminds me of a Disney movie. It is like a cartoon into a CGI video game. Well, it is a video CGI video game. Furthermore, the fairy-like creatures, the magic, and the special effects are the reasons why it reminds me of Pixar or whatever. The next game is Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which will be released, finally be coming to Xbox One and the PC. It's a third-person shooter. On Xbox One, the game ran at 1080p. The PC version, however, is still in HD, and that's it. No. Okay. Obviously, it's still in HD. Obviously, but the game runs at as high to 4K. There's 60 FPS, and it looks fun. The next game if you've seen some of my videos of Euro Truck Simulator 2, well, okay, well, this game was already announced, but some footage was finally showed from the game American Truck Simulator from SCS. It was partly made by using Google Maps. This game is another game from the Truck Simulator series. Euro Truck Simulator 2 was a lot of fun. This time, though, the fun comes back in the United States, so I'm really looking forward to that. Next off, we have something called a Oculus Rift. They showed a game off using it. The player will move their head to control the jet, plane, or whatever it is, to control whatever the point of the game is. Which looked okay, but I'm not really into that kind of stuff, though. Now we have DayZ, which will be releasing for PC. And I think I heard it was coming to other systems too, but I don't have the complete info about that. Dean Hall attended. So, anyway, it was explained that it takes place, or it was showed that it takes place in outer space. The player explores a universe with billions of stars and asteroids. There are different planets to venture to as well. And no, it's not like Super Mario Galaxy. Well, I guess, other than the fact that you're in space. And that you get to visit all these different planets and solar galaxies, whatever. A bug once aired by clicking on someone... Oh, yeah, well, hold on, I want to start that off again. Previously, there was a bug in the game where if you clicked on someone else playing, some organs sometimes fell out. They still had the organs in place, however, they just looked real realistic. Like, they would have organs come out, but they would also still have organs. They generate just as soon as possible, basically. But yeah, and they're supposed to be realistic. I just said that. Also, Early Access is now available on Steam. Now, Pillars of Eternity: The White March. The game will be coming to the PC, and it will be released pretty soon. Okay, now we have David Braben from Frontier Developments. Planet Coaster Simulation Evolved is a PC exclusive. You're basically in a carnival, like a theme park, whatever. Yeah. Next, Guild of Wars, Heart of Thorns. New DLC's coming to the PC. It's a new expansion pack. Form guild teams now. People can complete. Players can now complete form guild teams now. It is pretty new, of course. There are missions, puzzles, and races. A lot is going on. A guild can go on to war with other guilds. They can build tools in the war room as well. This in turn helps them fight better. You can pre-purchase now. So like Steam or whatever. I would assume it's on Steam. Oh, now we got Hitman. Remember, like the other Hitman games? Well, this one's just called Hitman. Which it will be releasing for PC, PS4, and Xbox. The game is said to be like a sandbox. The character must go around. Oh, now we got Hitman. Remember, like the other Hitman games? Well, this one's just called Hitman. Which it will be releasing for PC, PS4, and Xbox. The game is said to be like a sandbox. The character must go around Paris, France to assassinate someone. This one is a lot bigger than previous games. More NPCs are in the environment of gameplay. This looks like a great game to play. Also, it will be a good game to play on a gaming PC and a next-gen console. The game will be releasing December 2015 as well. Back to graphics cards, Linda Su from AMD, she's the president, by the way. The company is trying to make better ways to experience gaming in 4K and 60 FPS. 9 new cards were released this week, which by the time this is uploaded, last week, so the week of 2015's E3. AMD Radeon R9 Fury X and Radeon R9 Nano were 2 that were released. Now, what's in the case, or the box? I'd like to know that. Moving on. New AMD card. It has a good cooling system, 2 machines, and it can run up to 4K. as I just said above.
So,
Now the case, finally, it is basically just a card for the graphics card to run, like a chip inside, whatever you want to say, call it. AMD really works hard on their products, as you can tell. And I was kind of disappointed they didn't say NVIDIA. I wish they did, but oh well. Arma 3 for the PC. It is set on a big island with a small airport. So I guess you can fly planes? I don't know. There's a game as well coming out where you can... There's a game where you're playing as a blind person too, which I will be talking about next. Now we have some Apple stuff coming up, as well as Sony and Microsoft. This is called Beyond Eyes, and those platforms are PC, PS4, Xbone, OS X, and Linux. It's a game about a blind little girl. The girl must travel through the environment to find out what the obstacles around her are. The game is an indie game. It started development by a college student and somehow ended up at E3. That's actually pretty good. That's, like, I imagine her parents must be pretty proud of her. Or whoever took care of her must be really, her family and friends, whoever, and teachers should be really, really proud of her for doing that. Because that would be hard. And it looks like a real game, too. It's just amazing. And it's coming to consoles, like PS4 and Xbox One. Like, I can understand PC and, like, the Mac, but an actual console, that's pretty impressive. But an indie game, generally, a lot of times will just come... Like, it's easier to publish something on the PC. Like, I don't think you have to get the rights, necessarily, from Microsoft, because PC... Like, yeah, Microsoft does stuff with the PC, but they don't really, like... It's not like a trademark or anything, so no one really owns the PC. It's open for all, pretty much. But back to the game. Yeah, about the blind girl. I can't really explain it, but, I mean... You do see where you're going. It's just, everything's like white from... I would have to show the trailer because I can't really explain it. Because obviously, it wouldn't be a video game if you couldn't see anything. And it would just kind of be pointless. So they got to add something to it. And I forgot, that reminds me. There was a girl that was blind. 1800s. I forgot her name.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing that I always, immediately strikes me when I see the...
Anyway, I'm not going to take forever. I'm going to move on because I'm sticking on to the Beyond Two Souls. Definitely not. Beyond Eyes, way too much. Now we have Dirty Bomb. Yeah, the game is pretty dirty, so you better be careful with the bombs. So, anyway, it's now on Steam. And that's all the info I have. Oh, you're going to love this one. If you're a horror and frictional games fan. This game is called Tacoma. It is coming to Steam, PC, Windows, Linux. Windows and PC or Windows, Linux, and Mac or OS X. And I listed that twice for some reason. Anyway, you might be able to get it like on the App Store too. I don't know. On the Mac, not the iPhone. Oops. It's a first-person kind of game, futuristic. They are in a space station, and yeah, it's a free roam game. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The next game's from Frictional Games. Okay. Excuse me. This one's coming to, looks like PlayStation and Steam, including PC or Windows. Just basically what's listed above. Only PlayStation 4 this time, I believe. It's the Amnesia developers, which that's kind of cool, actually. Never played. Actually, yeah, I have played Amnesia. It's okay, but I'm too scared to play it. Scarier than Slender, in my opinion. It's another horror game from this studio. This time, however... What? Oh, man, some stuff got cut off, so I don't know what that was going to say. The game will be released September 22nd, 2015. Back to outer space on a foreign planet. We got Take on Mars. The game is coming to the PC, and the beta is now available on Steam as well. Enter the Dungeon, and this is like an older, kind of like a Zelda overhead view game for Super Nintendo, or even the NES game or
So,
Famicom, whatever,
of what we're seeing right
Famicom, and DS, 3DS, whatever. Anyway, it is an 8-bit kind of game. Oh wait, hold on, I didn't say the consoles. Yeah, Enter the Dungeon will be coming to PS4, PC, OS X, and Linux, or I should say platforms in this case. It is an 8-bit kind of game. It gives players the nostalgia feeling. It feels good. Well, it has an overhead view similar to the Legend of Zelda games on NES. I just said all that. And a little bit of it kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PlayStation 1. But yeah, that also had overview. I guess MGS2 for PS2. And whatever. And the regular version of 3. Okay, but I could go on. It could be like a lot of games overhead, like the Fate, or just Fate, whatever it's called, or The Sims. But yeah, it may have been like more of 32-bit or 16-bit, 8-bit or 16-bit, but it kind of gave me the nostalgia feeling from what I played when I was little. Just to let you guys know, I did not play Metal Gear Solid until I got into high school. I did play the other Zelda games when I was growing up, though, so yeah. Back in the late 90s, some of them were out for a long time, but 90s and 2000s and even up to now. Not as much, but I still play them every now and then. StarCraft. It's coming to the PC. No release date, so sorry about that. Now, the final game of the... Wow, that was actually fast. 21 minutes, okay. The final game is No Man's Sky. It will be coming to PS4 and the PC. This is only made with like 9 or 10 people, and it's not an indie game. That is like another amazing game like Beyond Eyes. So, fall or winter of 2015. And that's the end, and I think they did a pretty good job at the press conference, showcase, keynote, whatever you want to call it. I think they were I think it was just called keynote. I'm just used to saying press conference. No, it's called showcase because I think press conference is more for the press and whoever, and like special people invited. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty good, I think. So 6 pages of a script, 1,018 words, and yeah, so on. Okay, but yeah, that PC, they showed a lot of games off, and I like how they presented things. It's kind of weird that they were sitting a lot of the time in chairs, but oh well. They could do it how they want. But the other press conferences, I have yet to do Square Enix and Nintendo World Championships, which I need to do. And those are the final 2 I have to do, and then I am done with E3 for this year. So in a way, I'm kind of happy, but yeah. I hope everyone has enjoyed E3. And if you haven't seen the press conferences, I'll put the PC press conference in this video, in the description of the video. You can find a playlist on my YouTube channel for all of the E3 2015 blogs. In fact, if you're watching this on a computer or even your phone, it might, like if you turn your iPhone or whatever, to like you're holding it like a regular phone, not sideways, other video, like suggestive videos or whatever, should come up under the video, depending on the version of YouTube you have. On the computer, it should be like over to the right, if it even pops up. It should. But yeah, good press conference. And yeah, that's all the time I have for now. I'm actually wanting to do something. Oh, I didn't know it's 4:30. Wow. But yeah, leave a comment if your favorite part of E3. I kind of liked Microsoft. Surprisingly, I liked Microsoft's the best, even though I'm not getting an Xbox. But actually, no, I liked the Nintendo World Championships. I think that was that wasn't really a conference, but that was my favorite thing of E3 this year. I think I thought that was a pretty good show. I'm not gonna watch it again, but yeah, that was kind of cool. So yeah, but that's gonna be the next blog. Oh, I forgot Bethesda. Yeah, I need to do that too. I'm still watching that conference, but yeah. So just let me. I want to hear what you guys think of E3. Like if it was worse. I've heard kind of a mix. Like it was worse this year than last year, or it was one of the better years. I don't think it was as good as it used to be. Like, I think 2011 was, like, one of my favorite years of E3. That's, like, the first year I actually paid attention to it. I got serious with it. But now, I think Like, I thought it was getting worse. Like, 2012, 13, and 14, I thought kind of kept getting worse. But it seems that I've been proven wrong, in my opinion at least. And I'm glad that this E3 was actually better. I think Nintendo did a better job last year. But I think they did do a decent job this year for the most part. This is not about Nintendo, but anyway, yeah. Tell me what you liked about E3 this year. Tell me what you didn't like.